Welcome to part 3 of the Arms, Armor, and Awesome build-out video for the Jayce Mace. Unfortunately, this video consists about half and half of both video and then still photos making up a majority of the video. This was due to time constraints. We just were running short on time, and I didn't always get the camera turned on. Start of the video, pretty self-explanatory. Most of this is just prep work at this point. I am using a pink foam for majority of my props. They have been coated with gesso to provide a strong sandable surface. I usually use 3 coats of gesso. Some people recommend as high as 10. It really is a matter of whatever you feel the most comfortable with. In this case, some of them had Bondo covering them, others did not. It just depended on how smooth the surface was and how good the finish was, and if we needed it at a majority of any point. The little parts I'm working on right now, they make up the side of the mace. There's a tremendous amount of pieces that were involved in this project. Just keeping track of all of them was enough of a challenge. My process is pretty simple, and you'll see it here in the last bit of the video. A lot of it is just the assembly of the mace, documented through still photos. The assembly process came together pretty quick. I had all the parts ready to go for the assembly, so it made everything come together without too much of a headache. There was a whole lot of test fitting, and I ensured that each part actually was going to go together exactly like I expected before I ever attempted anything like this. A lot of the parts ended up being remade 2 or 3 times just to get the fit just right. You can see at this point the mace is in primer, and I'm doing a test fit on a lot of the parts. The copper pipe has been installed at this point. This is actually going right through the center of the mace head. This ensures a good strong core to it. This actually went right through the dowel itself. It was a little bit trickier to drill than I expected. The top fins are part of a heat-bent extruded polystyrene, also known as Sinstra. It's a pretty cool material if you get a chance to use it. It's very easily to form with just a heat gun. The colors of the mace, the base colors were a bright silver and a bright metallic gold. The colors seem a lot brighter in a few photos. It has to do with the lighting. It's really important to remember what type of lighting you are in. If you use fluorescent light, you tend to get a whole lot more yellow in your paint colors. Here you can see the color is under a white light. This is in our office, where you get a much more coppery color. This killed off a lot of that yellow that you were seeing earlier. Colors will also change drastically depending on what you cover them with. Always start with your highest tone values, your brightest silvers, your brightest golds, and work backwards from there. It's a lot easier to darken something than it is to add any brightness to it. Mace head pretty much is painted out at this point. At this point we're going for pretty much a final assembly. The system went together pretty easy. First 2 parts slid on, and then the bottom went on. I did a lot of weathering. Pretty simple as far as that goes. A lot of dry brush technique. Went to it to really give a little bit more of an aged look to it. You didn't want this thing looking fresh and shiny like it came out of the showroom. Just wouldn't have made any sense. The handle wraps were pretty simple. They have a layer of athletic tape underneath them. This prevents the ribbon from sliding around on the hand grips. It also made it a little bit cushier and nicer to hold on to for several hours at a time. And there you can kind of see a final product of it. It all came together quite quickly. So I hope you've enjoyed these 3 videos, and I hope they're useful to you.